Hi, Happy New Year, bitches.
Hey.
It is Happy New Year. We haven't been back since
2024. Yeah. Happy New Year.
Was it? Wait. Well,
we were Happy New Year on unboxing.
Yeah.
For the unboxing, yeah. But this
I
is
know, but I just missed
our
the first
first. Yeah, this is our first book club meeting of the year. We started a new book for our new theme in my genres era. So 12 months, 12 genres. And our first one is short stories, which Anna chose. The Moth Presents All These Wonders. And this was a collection put together by Catherine Burns, obviously written by how many stories are in this? I didn't even count, but several people. All of these were stories that were originally done live during one of the like Moth sessions that they have. And then Catherine Burns collected and edited slightly to put them together. So I don't know how many sections there are. They all have their fun little section titles. I love reading this story already that like is the title section. And there's like just a little quote in there that like is why they named it like that section. I don't know. Anyway, so we will get into this very, very shortly. Super fun this month. We're going to be doing a bunch of our own short stories. You may not feel like sharing every month or every week, and maybe the prompt for the week doesn't really inspire anything for you, but we do have a few. So we'll see how those go this evening. And of course, we'll talk about these. And Anna said, we're talking about New Year's resolutions tonight. So.
All right.
New year, new me. Nat.
It's not new me. It's same bitch, but just trying to, improve upon her.
No.
She's still going to be a bitch.
No improving. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm going to try. You know what I think I'm going to do this year? And Anna mentioned it last week. Doing the homesteading. And I think, I think I might jump on board with that. Like, I mean, I literally took baking. Why am I not doing this? I don't know. But I might join you, Anna.
There you go.
You haven't been inspired. Don't worry. There will be 3 other prompts that might inspire a story from you. And I do have a feeling that one of them will specifically. So we'll see. Visit someplace I haven't been before. That is a really good resolution. You should come to my house. You haven't been here before.
I heard what some people do. I guess it's easier when you don't have kids, but they go look at the flights. Like there's a way you can look up like the cheapest flights or whatever. And they'll they just go on the cheapest flight to wherever because they've probably never been there and just book like a cheap place just to do like a two night
That sounds
visit.
like a sister trip.
Just like, yeah.
That sounds fun.
And I thought, I was like, you know what, that would be something to do. Like, why not? If it's going to cost you $50 to go to some little town you never even realized existed, like
that's kind of fun. That's definitely like into the unknown.
Yeah. Then you hear a banjo, and then you get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I mean, just don't trek through Australia or Texas, and you should be okay.
If you get a $50 flight to Australia,
I wasn't saying that, but. All right, 13 is here with us. We have Jessica. Rebecca's already here. How is everybody so far? We are 1 week into 2024. How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a good week for you? Or a week.
It's happening. It's happening.
It's happening.
I got sick before Christmas, like a day where I was like just really like the Wednesday before, and since then I've just haven't 100% recovered. So like some moments I'm like, oh, I'm totally fine, and then I'm just like,
yeah,
here and there. It's annoying.
Well,
this week was good for me. I accomplished some things on my New Year's resolution list. So that was good.
That is good. That is good. So what is your New Year goal? 2024 goal? I know you have one. Why don't you share with the class?
Oh,
me?
Desiree. She's got one.
Oh, I mean, there's a few of them, but the biggest one I think is going to be the most challenging because it's lengthy. Is 52 weeks. It's like, I keep thinking 52 card pickup is what, but it's like 52 card picking up my whole entire fucking house and getting it in order. So like week 1 was cleaning out my bedroom. Cleaning. We're not purging. We're not organizing. We are cleaning. We are simply getting it all clean, right? So I went into my room. Obviously, I have 2 kids in my room, and it's been a year since I got home to Florida, so nothing is clean. It feels like nothing's ever clean. And so week 1 was I took a broom to my floor and like swept the entire thing out into the living room. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was something. That was.
It's fun to find all the shit that your little kids like just leave places too.
Mm-hmm.
And like you don't really think of it until like maybe you see like it's a collection of things that are kind of stacked, and you're like, oh shit, like this all needs to get put away. Anna is not like that. I think I pointed the right way. I don't know which way. Up and over. Anna's not like that. I've never seen anyone more like swiftly productive in my life.
Well, when Anna says like she cleans her sleeping bags when she gets home from camping, like
Thank you.
day, that
Anna is my like
I think it's awesome.
amped up spirit animal, like one that like, you know, you really want to strive to be the person who gets home and you're tired as fuck and you had a horrible time, but you still get your shit in order and put it back. I want to do that. I don't know how Anna does it. How do you do it, bitch?
I could thank Sean for a lot of that because he's very much about like,
He's the same.
let's
way.
just get it done, put it away. But obviously you can't put shit away dirty. So we make sure we wash everything. And like our trip to New York, he's like, we don't really have to pack a lot because we got laundry there. So we'll just wash everything before we come home. So when we come home, we just unpack it and we're done. I'm like, sounds great to me.
Yeah.
That's just how we roll.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. It's just that like, you know, when you're really fucking tired and you had such a horrible trip home, like how do you motivate yourself?
I think because I can't rest seeing a mess.
Okay.
I hide
Like,
from
that's
it.
for me. Like
I can't either, but I
well.
hide from it.
Like I don't sleep well in my room if there's shit everywhere. We're not that like we're the type that when the dryer's done, clothes come out, they're folded, put away, so we don't have to worry about wrinkles,
like
ironing.
that idea.
I don't. And so like the day after Christmas, all my shit was down, put away. I dusted, I cleaned everything. I even did some redecorating, like ready for the new year. We threw away like 7 or 8 bags of shit, just like clothes that the kids grew out of, toys that they didn't play with anymore, like totally purged and cleaned their room. Got all that done in like 1 weekend. Done.
That's my year goal.
In closet, blankets, everything. I vacuum packed everything we're saving, everything that we didn't want, gave it away to savers with everything else. Done.
That is something that I've never done is vacuum pack things. And I just let them like accumulate and they stress me out. And I did just talk to CJ about how you guys always vacuum things and like really truly pack them away until you need them again. And I just need that. Like even for sleeping bags, like those things are
I love those space savers. I do.
Space saving ideas. I definitely need those. See?
Those bags. I love those bags.
These are right here, easy access.
They're right here underneath my bed.
Okay, so you're just going to share the link to the one you have and where you get your bags. And
I actually got that pack. It was a huge box of them at the 99-cent store one time for like, I think $20.
Are you insane?
And there's huge bags that I have like my extra like bedspreads in.
And it shrinks them. It really does.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. And like the
summer
pillows that like can only come out certain times a year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
like in the summertime, all my flannels, all my jackets and stuff that were just taking up room in my closet, I just vacuum packed them and put them to the side.
Yeah.
And then brought them out when the weather got cold.
We don't live on the East Coast, though. Weather's always flip-flopping here. I can't do that.
Yeah, but it was never that cold during the summer that I needed like my Dixon flannels and things like that. So like
a hoodie is enough during the summer here. Yeah.
But I've been wanting to.
You're gonna go on a beach and do a bonfire, and then other than that, you don't need more than a hoodie.
See what you're doing, Desiree, is what I want to do this week, and
do
I
with
never
it.
got to it. I wanted to get to my room, and then I wanted to get to like it just clean, and it's no.
Y'all have been hearing
No,
about
so Dominique, when I say I swept it out, that's what I did. I swept it all into the living room. And then I went through it and took all of the trash out. And then I put everything else that was not trash
In a
in
bag.
a fucking box, and it's sitting in the living room. So I
There's
have to
a
go
name
through
for
it.
those boxes. I didn't realize those boxes and bags. They're called Doom.
Doom.
And I learned about, and I have so
I
many of
hope.
those bags and boxes around my house.
Welcome,
No,
Sherry,
so-
in your 36 freezing degrees. Jessica's got 33. Anybody
Oh.
colder? Anybody colder?
My degrees are not colder, but I'm sure I
Dirty
am colder.
Diana might be.
She said, but I am colder than you are, guys. Like,
Like,
all right. So Jessica has no resolutions. Just pick one. Pick one.
I don't have any either, though. I don't like to make resolutions. Like,
I never do.
well, you
'cause
are.
everything
You
is-
did. You're homesteading more.
Yes,
it's not a
bitch.
resolution. It's just a
A goal.
thought of how I want to
Live your life.
change different things, right?
Yeah.
About what I eat or, what I'm buying.
Yeah.
We're almost done with my batch of butter. The kids have been loving it. I've been using it in their pasta dishes and on toast and all kinds of shit. So
Yeah.
I'm actually going to make another batch probably middle of this week. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then I did my first batch of bread. I was showing, I don't know if I showed you guys on here.
Yeah, you did.
yeah.
Beautiful.
I have a little windowsill garden
Herb?
box. I have basil and dill, and I planted some green onions. So I'm going to see how well that does.
Yeah.
I
love it.
And then I think a big thing for us this year is like being prepared just for anything. So we did a huge prep kit, and we have everything already packed away. So we've got a ton of like long shelf life food and just emergency supplies and water and all kinds of things that we stocked up on that we know when we need to go through it by to replenish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
super
like
important to have.
Yeah.
Just in general. And we have, since we started fostering, because it was actually a requirement, you had to have 72 hours of everything that everyone in the house would need. So however many household members you had to have 72 or 3 days worth of all supplies for everyone. So we had to always be prepared for however many were in our family. And that included your foster kids, and that included water. We always had to have the medical kits. We had to have like the whole like manual, all that's in. Plus with Leo, we always have extra medical supplies in case anybody needs them. We always have those, but we've always kind of been set up in that regard, but nothing really like further than that. So.
Oh yeah, we got like fire starters and like just anything that you could need to self-sustain.
Yeah.
We even did like a huge like ammo inventory just to go through what we had and what we might need. Like, so it was good just to feel okay.
Calling you up if we need ammo.
Especially
we know what we need.
We had
prepared.
Started the new year with our 2 earthquakes.
And
we started the new year with 2 earthquakes.
I know, right?
Dude, I felt it and I was looking around like, it's so lame. I didn't even see anything move, but I was like, did
it wasn't like Japan.
I felt it, but usually when I
know.
think there's an earthquake, I run to my chandelier to see it moving.
Yeah. It could be worse.
It didn't move though. But
an earthquake in Fukushima.
I felt it in my office, this last one. It
Yeah.
shook me pretty good.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You're still recovering from COVID and you finally feel like a human again. Well, congratulations. That is a
welcome back.
Big accomplishment. Welcome back to the world. And Jessica, get through your week, bitch. And if you need us, you can always side message anybody here if you need to. Always. All right. So we will talk short stories of our own in a little bit. Does anyone else have any resolutions or like kind of minor goals even for this year? I'm definitely going with Anna on this one. I'm going to test out the homesteading thing. CJ's obsessed with gardening anyway, so that'll be easy.
Oh, that's fun.
I already have things that I am making that are going to be given out as Christmas gifts and possibly Mother's Day gifts if they're ready.
I think that's smart.
So I have like I told Tasha, this next Christmas coming up, I want to do, I mean, aside from like obviously my kids, I want to try to do just all homemade gifts.
No, I've had a couple this year. Like my friend gave me bread and jam.
Yeah.
And
bread and jam is a genius gift.
Right?
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. Like
It was
mine would be
heavy. I was like,
baskets
what is
of
in
each.
this?
I was gonna be giving like fucking rolls and herbed butter and shit, and I can't fucking wait.
I am. Well, okay. Here's a little bit of a spoiler, but I am going to start making limoncello and homemade vanilla extract.
Yes.
That's why I'm
My
getting
friends make
ready
the,
now.
the vanilla extract. It turns out it just takes a while. But yeah, it was so cute. They would usually like make their own little labels and like make up a fun little family name when they gave it to us.
That's cute.
And then Houston has a cousin in New
Maine?
Hampshire that makes wine and limoncello.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm
Love
not
it.
fucking with wine. My old nana used to do that. But I'll make some limoncello.
Old Nana.
I'll take
That was
some of
her name. Nana's mom.
Yeah,
was
I know. I love when you say it though. It's just I love hearing it. Okay. Maintaining weight loss, that is a good one. I do want to get back to it. I'm trying and I'm just struggling right now. So
I'm 10 pounds off my goal weight. I just want to hit my goal weight.
Ooh.
are you fucking kidding me? I'm your goal weight and I hate you right now. I mean, I love you. I'm so proud of you. But still.
I'm 10 from mine. So, I'm going to change. That is my goal to get to that weight. I am 10 from mine as well.
10 to
God
15.
damn, both of you. I'm proud of you. That's amazing. Those are good fucking feet. Big ones.
Well, I had help, so that I cheated.
I wouldn't say it's cheating when you literally have spent your entire adult life fighting and battling and working hard and then saying, I've had enough.
And then they cut half your stomach out, so that cheated. That's all right.
You needed a change and you made it, and it wasn't an easy one, and here you are maintaining it. So you don't have to shit talk about the choice you made to better your health. That's okay.
I was talking to somebody else that said that they make their Kahlua, and I don't even know how you make Kahlua.
From what I hear, it's actually not that difficult to make Kahlua.
And that's the whole thing. If you
a lot of these things aren't right.
Having to make a lot of stuff homemade, you really realize that it's not that hard. It's just taking the time to do it. But once you do it, it's nice knowing that like you're eating things and you're feeding your family things and you know what's in it. You know what I mean? Like the butter thing. Yeah, it's easy to make butter, but to me, it was just so satisfying, like showing my kids, look at what's in the shit that we buy from the store compared to what we just made. And which one do you think tastes better anyway? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Houston's thing is he always tells the girls the corn. He's like, corn's and everything. And then, so the girls always look and they always laugh how much
corn is in everything. Yeah.
There is everywhere.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
But it's good to be aware.
I agree. Stuff. I definitely agree. So I do plan on getting my room done this year. You guys just keep hearing about it, and it's never. We had all these guests, and the holidays were crazy, and I just felt like I had no time for myself to like really sit and do something that I wanted. While Sherry was visiting, I did have a few days there where we like finally got to kind of settle down, and so I was able to like read a little. You get books for Christmas and you never get to like touch them until way later. So I got to do a little reading. I got to start to put together this fun little book nook that CJ got for me. One of those like little things that you slip between your books on a bookcase or a bookshelf. So
those I think I know what you're talking about.
I literally spent like maybe 1 or 2 days, really just kind of doing something fun for myself. And now I got to buckle down and do the unfun stuff. And then I had a super fun last week. So, right. My whole face blew up this week. You guys cannot tell, but I have like swollen patches like everywhere that are like bright red, peeling like crazy. I basically gave myself a chemical burn this week. On accident, not on purpose. I wasn't fearing like a chemical peel or anything. Yeah. I was just trying to treat like
the results will be worth it.
What? I was trying to treat like a few acne spots with a cream that I was given from my dermatologist. But it was one that is like really, really strong. And so I've only ever used it on my back, and I could use it like every day and nothing. It was just helping clear up my skin. And because I used to get a lot of back acne from basically like teenage throughout my adulthood. And so it's finally clear. And I was like, well, I'm just treating a few things. Not a big deal. But I decided to like go for it. And then it was so bad that like when I went to put on sunscreen, that burned. And then I still had to take the kids out. And so I double burned. My whole face was swollen. I couldn't like open my eyes. Like it was, I had to take Benadryl. Like CJ ran out at like midnight a couple nights ago. It was not fun.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
over here crying and my face is swollen and I feel like an ogre. So it's been a fun week, but I did read and I'm glad I did.
Well, you look good now, Fiona.
Right? Thank you. Yeah, no, I got a heavy amount of makeup and, you know, our new
Filters.
filter. And it's making me feel a little bit better because you guys cannot see the scaling that is happening on my face right now.
That's crazy. Yeah, no. It's
Wild. Who would have thought? Different parts of your body can't handle the same kind of med, I guess. So here we are. But anyways, I want to start raising my lizards some bugs. Hey, bitch, go. There you go. Breed your own lizard food.
Yeah.
That's something to do. May as well. All right. So we
And
started.
then she's going to jump on this live a month from now and let us know that her entire fucking house is overrun with a bunch of fucking bugs because you were like, cool, goal. And she was like, hold my lizard bugs. And then she did it. And she sleeps with crickets next to her face. So
But there's
that would
something to
actually
sleep.
make me crazy because when they start chirping, and when there's that one that like gets stuck in your house and it won't stop.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Chirp, chirp. All right, so we read.
Mm-hmm.
We read basically 2 whole sections this week, which was like kind of perfect. Our first section was called, what was it called? Something. Something of the Spears. Oh, the Eternity of the Spears was our first section. Then our second was Things I've Seen.
Mm-hmm.
There's some sweet stories, some a little heartwarming, some just sad as fuck, and some destroying. Rough stories in here. Did anybody have a favorite story this week, or one that's like, or like a top couple? Anna.
My favorite was Ronnie
Which one was Ronnie?
with Chad Everett.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite. And you know, that
only
was like
Chad
my,
I will ever.
yeah.
Is that who posted that?
That is
The only Chad I will
my
ever recognize.
inspo story from this week. Because I'm like, God bless him. You know, he never gave up on his.
Dream.
He totally like
That was a sweet
manifested that for himself. And what came of it, like you could not ask for anything more.
No.
And the fact that obviously the poor guy, you know, died, but at least he got to go out with that relationship. Like he knew, like deep down in his soul, he was meant to like meet Chad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. He just knew he was going to, you know, like most of us are like, oh man, I really hope that happens in my life. Like you have this thing, like you just gotta really hope that I can make that happen. He just was like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I love how the guy didn't even realize how important it was to him until like he heard the clip of himself, you know?
Yeah.
And that was it.
But
and at first you
like,
think like the dude was gonna be an ass, and then it was just a really sweet story.
Yeah.
That really was. First of all, what a great actor to be so kind and to go along with that and then to continue that relationship all the way up to the end of his life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is incredibly kind of someone to do, and weekly for like 2 years.
Yeah, you think like, okay, I could do this for 6 months.
Right? Like, I mean, maybe he didn't get into it on purpose, but he certainly like still stuck with it, which is incredible. And you know, it's funny that he was like, I don't know why I ever did this. Like, it was never my goal.
Yeah.
But I just kind of did it. And then when he kind of reflected on it later, he realized that like it's okay to kind of let someone else's goal also be yours.
Mm-hmm.
Like their big dream can also be your accomplishment if you kind of go along with it enough and help as much as you can. I thought that was a great story, Anna. You're right. Probably goody.
Yeah, I think that's like one of those. You got to live your life that way. Like, know what you want, and just believe it's going to happen, and have that optimism.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I like that.
I did get nervous when they were in the bushes.
They were in the bushes. I was like, oh, here we go.
Right. Well, I was scared reading it too the first time because I'm like, they always say like never meet your heroes.
Oh yeah, see, yeah, no, it
Okay.
kind of took the little how
That is
short these
true.
stories are
Yes.
take you on such a roller coaster.
Yeah. And I was like, oh man, like don't fuck with Ronnie, No, this one turned out good.
He ran.
Yeah. That was really
Like he barely walked in the sand at the beginning, and then he ran.
ran to him.
He's
Oh my
never
God.
run before. Oh,
I mean, if you were like kind of shoddy in the legs and you had, I don't know, Jason Momoa at the end of the beach coming to you, would you find some strength to run too?
oh yeah, all the
Yeah,
sand.
It wouldn't be shoddy in the legs; it would be shoddy in the bladder.
I
And
mean,
so
I'd
probably
fucking bear crawl if I had to. I don't know. I mean, you make it
Like,
happen.
you can call me shoddy because I'm about this high to him. So,
It's all right. Hi,
hi
Ashley.
Ashley, how are you feeling, babe? Are you finally done being sick too?
Everybody's sick.
Yeah,
fun
I
this
mean,
year, huh?
the holidays bring it on
Yeah.
because everybody's kind of doing fun stuff and have visitors and shit like that. So, anyway,
eating sugar and not getting their vitamin D and
Mm,
not taking
sweet.
care of themselves and
you
stress.
help. Yeah, I help a lot better. Yeah, thank goodness. We were sick long enough. Anyway, did anybody hate a story this week?
I hate a story.
Or just be like, were there any stories that were like, well, that was lame?
I cried at the damn the House of Mourning. I cried, like with the little girl when she was talking to Andy Dandy.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I cried. I read the story. I'm like, oh, this is like a sweet story. Oh, okay. And then we get there, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's that like my hormones or whatever. I feel like I don't normally cry, but I was crying.
I was reading this week like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
I don't cry like this, but it
I mean,
really
I
got
fucking
to me for
do. I'm
some
a psycho,
reason.
but not like that much. Come on, these are just good
It really, I don't know why. It also made me think of like,
My Girl.
yeah. It totally
Stop
got me
it.
thinking.
I was kidding.
No, it did. And that was like, that
Oh my
movie made me
God.
cry when I was little.
That was so good.
It was, yeah, that was a sweet story.
The chicken
it's-
lady one was kind of like
Which
could've done
one?
without that.
Underwhelming.
The chicken lady.
Yeah. I mean, it
The
ended sweet, at least.
Okay.
She gave him that little letter.
I don't
The
think it
chicken
was
lady
story
I thought was
worthy.
going to have a little bit of a bigger ending.
Yeah, a bigger impact.
Yeah.
Well, he lived in a
Scary
big
as fuck.
impact.
Can you imagine being where he was, doing the job that he was doing, and just like sitting here holding on to a couple of younger boys, like, and they're barely younger than him, and he's like, no, like, we're gonna die. I have no idea. And can you imagine, like, you run up the hill and you look down and you just see it all fucking happening.
Yeah.
All right.
Through all that, the only thing you can think of is where's the chicken lady?
But she was a big part of his life.
Where he ate 6 nights a week for however.
Right? Like he's making 6 nights. You're like, dude, that's like every day, sir.
Now, are you caring about the chicken lady at that point, or are you just worried about who's going to make your dinners? Like
A little bit of
what's the
both.
real MO there.
Well, he said if he felt like it was his mother figure almost. They
The
didn't
last
talk,
one.
but I'm not gonna lie, I did not read the last 2, so I can't.
So the last story this week is about.
I'll read it, but tell me.
And son, and which one is it? Hold on.
Oh, the FMLA one.
What is that?
You're talking about the one where he was granted the leave of absence and then he got fired. Team, the last one.
The last one is Walking with RJ. That's
Right.
the mom whose son is hit by a car.
Yeah.
He's driving. He's hit by a car.
He's in a coma.
Has a
Yeah.
major, uphill battle coming back from this. He finally does, and then he gets sick, and he is not going to beat it. And his mom doesn't really know exactly what to do other than decide whether or not he should have like another surgery that he may not make it out of, or just kind of let him say goodbye and move on. And so she makes the choice ultimately to say goodbye. And fucking sad.
That's I pray that I am never in that situation.
Yeah.
And for the only word for him to be able to say is mom, like, and you just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And to have to make a choice like that, no, thank you. Like, just I would rather something happen and it's either, they survive or they don't, and don't put it in my hands to make that choice. Like, oh, that's horrible. Ooh.
That reminds me of the other mother-son story where the son had to help his mother through her end of life because she has cancer, and he helps her throw a party that everyone finally shows up to, because the last time she had a party, no one showed up.
Oh, is this what Nora's talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Throwing a party for his mom, and she was afraid no one would come. But it was her final party, and everyone did come.
Well, I would send threats in that invite. Like, you son of a bitches, if you don't show up. Yeah.
Right? Rough. It was interesting that both of those were in there. Like, both mother-son stories. And both were like the opposite of losing the other. It was rough. That was rough. But I did enjoy that everybody got to say goodbye, and she got to say goodbye to everyone in like a celebratory way. I like that. Not everybody gets anything.
I would want to do that. If I knew, like, I mean, you're going. There's nothing they can do. You're not going to be cured magically. Like, I would like to do that because, like you said, how many people get the opportunity to like say goodbye or kind of say how they feel and get that chance?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, when you die, people might say something at your funeral, but shit, you're not there to hear it.
Right?
Yeah.
And at least everybody has like a really nice like last memory of you. I mean, obviously her son is going to see her through to the end, but everyone else got to have kind of a different picture and a different, ending that way. So, and as did she with the rest of them. But what else do we have here? Oh my God. Yeah. Those assholes that were like, it's insensitive to be throwing this party. The fuck it is. It's her choice.
Right.
And she spent $8,000 on it. So.
But so that money on a funeral, you won't be able to, enjoy or a party.
Right. So this is the famous hairstyle.
Ziggy.
That was a fun story.
That is the damn Ziggy. Oh my God.
That was fun. And can you imagine just being like this young hairdresser and you just kind of happen upon this thing and you're like, I don't know, I'll just fucking try it.
Right.
And nobody's doing anything that wild at the time. And so it just becomes this like major thing.
And then she didn't like know what she was doing when she was doing it. She's like, I hope this works out.
I know. She's like, I don't know. I assume bleaching the hair is going to change the texture. So we're just going to go ahead and see. I mean, she's right. And now we all obviously know that technique, but that was awesome. I thought that was a really fun one.
But I mean, the fact that you toured with this guy and he, is David fucking Bowie, like that's
right.
Yeah.
Right. You're just doing his mom's hair. And like all of a sudden she's like, yeah, my son David. And you're like, wait. You say, what? Oh my God.
That'd be cool.
That would have been awesome. Can you imagine that day in her life? What? Okay.
And all that just led to everything for her.
And then she married his bandmate. The only one who wouldn't color his hair. He looked like Tom Petty.
Oh my God.
For real, he did though.
Tom Petty was good looking when he was younger.
A lot of singers and actors were good looking.
David Bowie never was.
What thing?
David Bowie never was.
There was a time, but it's different.
David Bowie never was.
I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna find
No,
it.
look,
He had a
Okay, you're gonna
charm. He had a charm to him,
When was
though.
David Bowie the best? Like he did have some charm and some like, dude. I mean,
Yeah, it was a lot of people can like their personality does shine through
yeah.
when they have that big of a personality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. What else were there? I like the one that it kicked off with.
Yeah,
The moon and the stars talks.
that was a sweet one.
I love
That
that
was
one.
a cool way to kick it off.
It was
Oh.
interesting, you know, like it kind of was a little random, but the way her life was, it seemed. But no, that was a fun one.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's also, like we do conversations like that in my house. Like we bought these little cards that are like good for kids, and then I have them on the Kindle too. So then it gives us something different to talk about. And they learn something new about us, and we learn something new about them. So it's just it was fun. It just reminded me of what we do in my house right now.
Yeah, that's fun. I mean, and to be spoken to, like you have like a brain and a mind of your own and ideas and thoughts, and that you do pay attention to the world and you just didn't really realize you did.
Yeah.
Until someone kind of prompts it. I mean, that's got to be a very cool feeling as like a teenager, when most people are just thinking like, you're a dumb teenager, you have nothing to offer, Honest. I think everyone needs a relationship like that in their life, where someone just believes they're capable of so much more than they believe themselves. Exactly. Everybody needs that hype person, right?
Oh yeah.
I think so. What else did we have in here that was good? So many stories. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna forget.
I did like the second one, the unusual normality. I just appreciated that he, all that he went through, he still wanted to hold on to some childhood, and get a little childhood in there.
Oh, right. The
he
kid
was a
who was
soldier?
adopted.
A 13-year-old soldier and all that stuff adopted, and
I thought that was funny when he went paintballing.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to have like flashbacks.
Yeah. And the way he went about it was like, no, I knew the difference, like, which not a lot of people do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wanted to hold on to being a child for once. I like that.
Yeah, instead of like trying to grow up too fast.
Yeah, and seeing that they were trying to and all that stuff, but
oh, well, you never know. There's still plenty of time for life to surprise you. I tell you, surprises come at any age too.
Oh yeah.
All right. That was a good one. That kid. He's like, okay, I gotta act like I don't know what I'm doing here.
Right. Getting all crazy.
What else was there? Oh yeah, the House of Mourning. You guys already mentioned that sweet little girl.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know why that really hit me. No, these have been, yeah. Then they're short and it makes it like quick to read. I'm excited to read the rest. I have absolutely no idea what's to come with these stories.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys know about this before? These Moth readings, or not readings?
I'd never heard of it before.
Okay.
Nope. Not until I started researching like short story collections. There was another one that I was like teetering between this one and the other one, but I don't know. This just seemed more creatively curated and kind of themed. Yeah. Whereas the other one, I think it was just like a random collection of stories that could have been like all over the place.
I do like that they do have like a section theme that like, and at the end you can see like what the night was that they went to and what that theme was for like, the night that they ended up there.
Well, even like a little back history on the person, right? Like what they've done or, you know, where they work and different things like that. Like you can see that in there, whatever they put.
Yeah. I think the only one that I was like, meh, was the 2 times I met Lawrence Fishburne. I was kind of like, I get it. Like you know, were a rapper and had some top chart hitting songs in Europe and, you know, got to drink your Scandinavian pear cider. But, I mean, that one was just like, I guess of all of the stories we read this week, that one was my least interesting, I guess. I mean, not to say that it isn't cool. Somebody had that kind of a life and just like it came and went as quickly as one could. But of all the stories we read, that one was just like not the most.
So has everybody drinking their pear cider yet?
I would like to say that I
know
have.
Rebecca did.
But I literally lost all of my box items. I can't find anything. I don't know where anything is. I'm over here like, where's my book sleeve? God damn it. I just want to use it.
It's in a doom box somewhere.
And I want my fucking charm. I don't know where any of it is.
Oh, no.
It came in at the same time as holiday shit. So I have no idea where it ended up right now.
Got packed away. With the tree.
Yeah, it's packed away somewhere where I was like, I just need to get this shit out of here, maybe.
It's gonna be a Christmas gift next year.
I hope it doesn't take that long because I really want that pear cider. Especially, not a huge fan, but worth the sacrifice to get pear cider in the book box.
Get out of here now.
Wow, you actually got Scandinavian pear cider. These stories don't all spark an item either. It's not like we're gonna put, you know, death certificates and you know, embalming kits in your fucking box, but
paintball guns, maybe.
Oh my god, I literally could have done that. Guys, you know I overbought that whole box of paintballs.
Oh, that's right.
Remember? But the ones that you throw. Shit, that would have been a brilliant idea. Damn it. Dominique. It's a missed opportunity.
I'm always late.
It's okay. Maybe when we get together this year for our retreat, since it's going to be like a fucking low-key fun one, we'll have to do like a themed, like...
I should have set the box up where when you opened it, it shot you like...
Imagine. Oh my God, can you imagine? Everybody's just like blasted in the face.
Would have been awesome.
I gave it to my sister, had an ingredient I was allergic to. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
What?
Wine. I think it's
wine. The cider?
Lame. Oh, wait. Is it like wine? Because then I probably won't be able to drink it. I'll be able to taste it, but I can't drink it.
We puff up again?
No. It burns all the way down. And then I have like really bad like reflux and indigestion for like an hour. It's just like super fucking painful. It's not like you can take anything for that one. It's just like wait it out.
Right.
Like
totally not worth that.
Yeah. I have a drinking carbonation, so it's sitting in my fridge.
Have what? Say
I haven't had carbonation since my surgery.
Oh, right.
So I doubt that I'll even open it. I'll probably save it for like when Sean's cousin and his wife come over and give it to her.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, the sulfur, is that what it is?
Lame. Well, guess you could just look at it.
I mean, the can was pretty.
Yeah, smell it. Share it with a friend. Oh my gosh. Okay. Did anyone else have a fave? I know we have a few quotes in there from this week. That's where mine is in the fridge. I'll save it for a fun day, maybe.
So I went grocery shopping today, and I bought the tall can of beer because I made a marinade for carne asada in my fridge, right? So Sean's like, the fuck's a tall can for? And I was like, I'm making marinade for the meat, right? Like you already know. So anyway, I made the marinade, I put everything away, and then I was coming in here to get ready, and I had my little bowl of Cheez-Its, and I have a big thing of apple juice. I was just craving apple juice, and he's looking at my glass, and I'm like, it's not beer, it's apple juice. Like, calm. He's like, uh-huh. Maybe you put the apple juice in the marinade and the beer in the glass. I was rolling like, yeah. Like, me of all people. Oh, Regina, that used to be my shit. But I used to get the Miller High Life because that is the champagne of beer. And I would have that. And I would take it to parties. So just for myself, fuck everybody else, but the big glass bottle of it. And I was set.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You mean you had like a 40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, BYOB, like, just me. I would just show up places with my own fucking Miller High Life. And I'm like, I don't know what y'all are drinking, but I got mine.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh my God.
So good. Oh my God. But like the thought of it, it's just so bloated off of beer and stuff. I don't like
It's true though, yeah. Oh my God. It's good though. And the kind of good, like buzzy feeling that you get from a beer is not the same as you get from like hard alcohol.
It's
It's
like
more like a fuzzier feeling. I don't know.
It was always good like on hot days. Like if it was something a summer party or like a summer barbecue, like those, but
yeah, or when you go to like one of those like high school like band.
Like I feel bloated just thinking about it.
That's a beer night.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big beer person, but there are some days, some hot summers where I'm like, you know what, I could go for one. Very rarely, but yeah.
I used to have to tell myself the rhyme so I wouldn't get sick, right?
I still do that.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, beer before liquor, never been sicker. I'm like, all right, let's do shots first. Yeah. You're in the clear.
Oh my God, I still do that.
Get the shots in, and when my nose starts going numb, I know I'm buzzed. Like I got the good buzz going. So then I would start on beer at that point.
Okay.
Yeah. My nose goes numb.
I love it.
And I'm like, oh, I'm good. Like my thermometer went off, and then I can do beer the rest of the night.
Ew. Why don't you just have Sean piss into a glass? It's the same.
It is not.
What?
Especially depending on the type of beer you drink.
And that's warm. You have to put it in the fridge for a while.
Tell them to have some asparagus, pineapple. There's different flavors, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God. No, some beers are good, especially when they're like ice cold and on tap.
No, it has to be cold. Yeah, I can't do like even if I was out somewhere and like it started to sit and get kind of room temperature or flat, then even if it was half full, I'd be like, fuck it and get a new one. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But then let's be real. We all get to that point sometimes if you're having a real good night where you don't pay attention and you just simply don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? I'm hoping one of those nights come up soon for Anna and I.
No.
Oh God, no, it's been years. Yeah.
No, I hope we have a good night.
I can't do that stuff anymore.
I don't think I've had beer since I was 18 in high school. Okay.
Oh no.
And that was only probably because that's all it was in the keg. Okay. And you didn't have a choice. Okay.
No. You had a choice.
Good beer. Like I like Blue Moon with the orange. I like that.
That was good.
But then I also did a lot of Coke and beer. We all know about this.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad thing.
You did what?
Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Okay, yeah, that one. Coca-Cola and beer.
Yeah, or Mexican beer or Peruvian beer. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So that shit was tasty as fuck, and I don't understand it, and I never will.
You don't have to. All you got to know is it's good, and the sugars get you fucked up.
When I go camping with this one friend, and they do the beer mimosas. Like this was like years ago, and I was surprised. Like you just put you take a drink and you put orange juice in it. I forget what it was, which beer it is, but I'm like
probably Blue Moon.
No, it wasn't. It was like a
light beer.
Was it like a hef? Hefs are always good. Oh, like a German. Yeah, there you go. Even they're not bad. Maybe in Germany.
But it was, and then I looked it up. I guess it's like an Australian thing, but yeah, and I was like, hey, this is not a bad thing. I like to do it when I'm camping, like
orange juice in your beer.
Yeah, in the morning. Start it off with that.
like a hillbilly mimosa.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Fuck. No, it's called the oh no, that's something. What is it? It's no. There's a blue collar mimosa, is what Sean was telling me about, and it's Red Bull and orange juice.
Just
It's
Red
called
Bull.
blue, it's called blue collar mimosa.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I made Guinness stew and Irish soda bread for dinner. So I had to drink the beer that didn't go in the recipe. Guinness stew, yeah. What you use for that?
I can probably get down with the dinner, but yeah, I'm not a Guinness drinker. No.
Irish whiskey. Fuck yeah. Down.
Unless is that what's in the Irish car bomb?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can fuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because
You're
it's got
just thinking about all the fun like drinks we used to drink.
I used to drink so
Oh
bad.
yeah, so fun.
I used to drink so much. I remember one time my mom was talking to me about something and she goes, she made a comment about like you're drinking like a something. No, I'm not. I said, but I'll drink like a fish. I never forget that. The way I responded to her with that, and she just looked at me like, "You motherfucker."
You were already like,
It was.
What is that?
Edward 40
Oh, I get it. Oh my
Wow.
gosh. I'm slow right now. That's funny.
Maybe that's the East Coast thing.
Hmm.
That's all right.
No, it took me
We
a
definitely
second.
didn't call it that, but we definitely hung out with 40s of the strawberry daiquiris.
Oh, you like those daiquiris. That's
I
right. That was your
used to,
thing.
yeah.
Those were those daiquiris.
Those are like
Yeah.
We did Boone's Farm. Yeah.
Boone's Farm is okay, but the daiquiris are better.
Oh,
Oh,
I think
high
Boone's
okay.
Farm was like
Sure.
the starting point of Stella. And I'll fuck up some Stella.
See,
Okay.
yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, Desiree was in the, and then I remember when the Smirnoff stuff came into the
Yes.
scene. Oh my lord, I couldn't do that now, but I was though like I would drink those
Then all the
things
Mike's
like
hard lemonades.
Oh my god, all the
No, I
sugar.
never
makes
liked
me
the
feel
hard
just
lemonade.
thinking about
It
it.
was only Smirnoff.
Those
Yeah.
were used to take shots. That
I used to
bitch
think
is
I was bomb drinking Zima, bitch. Remember Zima?
Zima!
I'll try to get some for next Sunday.
Look, Regina likes a good Stella.
They're bomb.
My
And they have
40s
so
were
many fun flavors.
Old English. Stop it.
Mm.
No.
Old English is rough.
Yeah.
Not the Mickeys. Was that what they were called?
The
Right?
Mickeys. Oh my
I just
God.
drank whatever was given to me. You know.
Yeah, you did.
Have
And you
you
finished
seen
the
now
drink?
where they do the drink roulette or whatever? So everyone has to bring something in a brown paper bag. And you
Okay.
basically put them on the floor and you draw numbers on the order that you're going to go. And you just
Nah.
go around and pick a bag and whatever's in it,
No.
that's what you got to drink for the
This
month.
sounds like a retreat game.
Yeah.
This sounds like I blacked out just smelling whatever was in my bag game.
Desiree just has like a little dropper that she
Oh,
she just sticks it on her top. I'm fucking wasted.
boom. Exactly. Nope. See, you guys are all like, I could drink you under the table. And I'm like, good. Because
What a gift.
if I start drinking, I'm going to be on the table.
Tables, yeah.
I might be passed out drunk, though.
They're gonna be like, "What did
Yeah.
you give her?" Oh my God, I let her taste this shot.
She smelt it. I just
It just
opened it. The
tastes different.
fumes just
I grabbed
Really?
my
all-
dropper.
It was a buttery nipple. It's just
It was very buttery.
It was a blue collar mimosa.
yeah. No alcohol.
Like that fucking Red Bull was crashed.
That's how you guys. I'm gonna get somebody a 40 of a duels, and
You're all. I gave her an
Oh,
honorable
no.
It was an Arizona iced tea. I don't know why she.
That
was-
would be funny if we're playing this game and somebody brings a fucking NA for it. I would die.
calm down with your Shirley Temples there, buddy.
Right. There you go.
I can't do the carbonation. Anna was talking about it. I
Oh,
haven't
yeah?
been able to have carbonation since I was pregnant with Odin. My
She's
stomach
like, can I
literally
get a
swells.
Shirley Temple minus
Can't do
the 7-Up
Flats.
and no
Can
cherry
I have
syrup?
the Shirley flat, please?
So they're like,
Shirley
bitch,
flat,
just
they're all
want
shaking it
ice
and shit.
with a cherry. Wow.
For real, no. Like I won't even do it. Like whenever I've been out with these ones, I'll take a sip of something, but
Well, then I'll finish it.
Yeah, she does.
Same.
Yeah, she does. You know how like they talk about when you're out drinking or you're at a party and they just start dumping everything into a glass and you know somebody has to. That's Dominique.
Oh yes, party punch.
That's Dominique is the party punch.
Yeah.
She used to go somewhere.
That's how I used to drink. I don't know how I did it.
What do you used to call that a bar?
If I smell Red Bull now, it makes me like when people smell tequila. That's Red Bull. Is that?
No,
I had Crown Royal. That was the first.
I can't do it though. I can only sip it.
Crown Royal. I smell it, and I have not had Crown Royal since I was like 16 and got obliterated. Like I should that night. Mom almost killed me when I came home, but I should have died that night. That's for damn sure.
So that's so cool for me. I had it one time, and I
vodka. Vodka's
So
rough too, because that doesn't really have like a major smell that like would be reminiscent other than
no. I can still fuck with vodka now, but I'm telling you, vodka will fuck me up. So we were in Vegas at Club Tao, and we had a private table, so we had bottle service. So you know they come around and they're refilling, and they give you all the mixers and stuff. So at that time, I had to stop doing the Red Bull vodka, and I was doing cranberry and vodka. But I was so absolutely done for. Like I had been drinking so much, and we had started drinking while we were out at dinner. Before we got there, the limo took us to the club. Like we were VIP in it, right? Ooh. That I remember for probably the last 45 minutes of being there, I kept pouring drinks into my cup with no fucking mixers. So now I'm just shooting back glasses of straight vodka. And I remember the last thing I remember being there was I was just drinking it right out the fucking bottle, like fuck a glass. It was so...
You're just so numb to the taste at that point. You're
just the drunkest I have ever been in my life. Every other time,
secondary drunk.
I was always very proud that I could drink, but I always knew where I was.
Yeah,
I could always get myself where I needed to go. Like I never blacked out. But that night, good God, if my cousin hadn't been there, my cousin JR, and made sure that I left the club safely and he got me to my hotel, I don't know what would have happened.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I probably would have ended up like
in a Moth story.
What's his name in The Hangover, where like I'm on the roof on a mattress? Shit like that.
I should have had probably several nights like that, but yeah, my first one when I was 16, I went with my girlfriend Monica just to a house party, and somebody gave me a drink, and that was when I learned you don't do that. You never let someone make you a drink, not your friends, until you're like a major adult, like the fucking 40s. 30s, 40s.
And you're making drinks.
And your friends are like clearly not trying to get you wasted. We're just trying to enjoy each other's company. There's a difference. Yeah. But like, and I tell Aiden, because he's 21, I'm like, just don't let somebody make you drink. Like, that's the best thing that you will ever do for yourself. Mm-hmm. Make it yourself. It's fine. But I had a cup. Over half of it was booze. Did not know. Because I'm sipping. I'm like, this is nasty. And it took me 4
Why would you keep drinking it?
I just, you hold on. I wasn't to begin with. You know, you just kind of hold it and you like don't drink it for like ever, and you just kind of like take like your little teeny
and then you hide it somewhere and someone else picks it up to drink.
We don't think about that.
An hour. No, an hour goes in and I've got like this much down. That's it. I've only had like that much, and I'm like, this is fine. I don't know what I was thinking. So then I started actually drinking it a little because it started tasting a little familiar and less like bleh. That was the Crown Royal. Anyway, drink the whole thing, and then they fill it up. Drink the whole thing, and then I pass out in their bushes, literally out in the backyard while it's pouring rain. And I am just in my face, in rain, in bushes, vomiting, I think. I don't know. Eventually, they're like, I think she should probably come inside. And so they bring me inside and drop me on the floor of the bathroom, which I threw up on and laid in all night. Did not know. Ew. And eventually my girlfriend was like, oh my fucking God, your mom's going to kill me. And I was like, she's going to kill you. I remember like walking in, I was like, oh my God, first of all, I really just want to shower. I really hope this is one of those moments in life where my mom knows that I already fucked my life up way beyond repair.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more.
I don't need punishment. This is my punishment.
You know how she fucking hit me hard on that one? She yelled at my friend so goddamn bad. I was like, I've never seen my mom get mad at a friend before.
Wasn't me.
It wasn't Anna.
Wasn't me.
It wasn't. Oh my God, but I cannot. I was 16. I'm 40. I cannot smell that now. But
That's funny.
Should have died that night on my own vomit. Mama Cass.
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Oh, Goldschlager's
Oh God. Fuck.
See, you go to the bathroom, pour it down the sink if you're smart.
Yeah, you don't think about those things then, though.
No, not even. You just like Desiree
No,
said.
I
you
just put it
leave
down.
somewhere. Yeah.
Desiree, yeah. I didn't put it down.
Listen, because Desiree would be drunk after 3 of anything. 3 beers, 3 daiquiris.
I could have sworn you drank. Didn't you? Was
She
it?
and I have had some fun drink evenings, sister evenings together on her kitchen floor.
Once.
Some.
We were fucking drunk.
I just remember that your one party you had where you were slapping your leg, yelling that you couldn't feel it.
Wow.
And then I
That's the first time where I had been drunk.
Yeah, you
and
were.
then there was blacking out.
Because you were like, I can't feel my nose, and then you started slapping your leg, and there was like a red hand mark. There was a red hand
I had
mark,
no idea.
and you kept doing it. And I'm like, ouch, dude! Like, and then I burnt my hair. I like leaned back into a candle that evening. I remember.
I remember
So it was
that.
like, there's
That's probably
fire.
already
And
blacked
I'm
out.
like,
Real D. That's Chirp, by the way, with his
yeah.
I remember
one
one
of
of the first
D,
times.
DC.
I remember one of the first times that I partied another way, and I remember telling everyone, I feel like I'm in a fishbowl. I just felt like I was in a fishbowl, and like everything looked like waves. Oh shit, it was fun.
I smoked with some friends once at their house, and they had a bird.
Oh.
It was I smoked out of an apple. It was very exciting that night. Tasted good. I was very fucking high. I don't know what else was in it because I was like, is that a parrot? And they were like, why would it be a parrot? And I'm like, you don't hear it? This motherfucker was telling me some evil ass shit that night.
Oh, that's a nasty bird.
Evil. You're gonna die. You're gonna look to your left, look behind you. What the fuck? Do you hear this fucking bird? I'm not kidding. I didn't smoke with that crew again.
I used to sing songs. I used to sing like Miss Mary Mac, but like in different variations, like opera or rap. And I used to I've always been like, I'm never the Debbie Downer. I'm not like the friend you got to babysit, but like I have fucking fun. Oh yeah. Miss Mary Mac used to come out and we fucking out of that shit.
I want to hear Miss Mary Mac.
And then it's funny because so Sean vapes, right? Not anything like just regular vapes. So he has all these vapes that he buys and they're all different, like fruity, fun flavors. And he'll be like, oh, try this flavor. And I don't vape. And you're just supposed to like real quick. It gives you a flavor in your mouth, you know, but because I'm only used to smoking a certain way, I was taking them and I'm like, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like sitting here like taking a bong hit off.
That happened to me.
Dying, laughing.
And me.
Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, did you guys try it at the restaurant?
We're talking,
yeah.
Because my cousin,
Yeah,
same thing. She started doing it. She like, there's like, it was like a muffin, blueberry muffin. She's like, oh, just taste it. And I'm like, I start coughing. She's like, what'd you do? I was like, I don't know. I did what you do, right? She's like,
okay, like you smoke it. It's not the same.
I don't know how. I don't. They're like, you just
suck a little into your mouth first.
What?
And then
Okay.
you start to inhale. Whereas, like, if
I don't
you
get
were
it. I don't know how.
at any point,
I don't
or
either.
smoked weed, whatever, you would just
know
kind of
one way.
start automatically inhaling as you started to breathe in, and it's not what you're supposed to do.
I don't know.
I almost died. Sean was like, "Taste this." I'm like,
I only know one way.
Yeah, just like just stabbed.
But I was
your
never
throat.
a cigarette smoker. I was never at none of that. So I only know one way, which is deep breath in, hold that shit,
and
slowly let it out. Almost killed myself on his fucking vape. I was choking on gummy bear, whatever the fuck he had.
Yeah. No, I almost died with a blueberry muffin before yoga.
Like
blueberry muffin before yoga. Hey, you're not supposed to eat before yoga, I think. You're supposed to drink a little water. Oh man, I think retreat this year is going to have to be quite epic. I'm thinking we just like read and play games and fuck around. Right. Keep it Easy.
Hmm.
Anyway, all right. So we had a prompt this week to share your own moth story. And our prompt was this. Share a moment when you faced a seemingly insurmountable challenge and discovered unexpected strength within. How did this experience shape your perspective on resilience? So we do have a few gals who shared. They can let us know whether or not they want to share it here. Have one of us read it aloud, or do you want to hop on here and share your story with everyone? It'll be your 5 to 10 minute moth moment if you'd like.
You don't even have to be on camera.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
We can always have you hop on here, and you can have your camera off, and we could just hear your voice if you turn your mic on.
Like this.
Or pick one of us that you would choose to read your story.
Or just
I wonder who would be picked.
Don't ask me. I will cry. I'll choke up like it's my own story. We
won't get popcorn read. We'll stress Tasha out and popcorn read.
I don't want to do that.
I was teaching my kids about popcorn reading the other day.
It's the same thing. I read ahead and I didn't hear anything that anybody read, and then oh fuck, it's my turn.
Yeah. I would fuck with Tasha because it would be like Dez's turn and then Tasha's turn, and then she'd think it would like skip her for 2 or 3 more turns, but then I'd go back to Tasha again. So you gotta fuck up the rotation.
All prepared. You guys, the amount of stuttering and like all of a sudden, like I don't know English words.
No, yeah,
I love it.
Popcorn reading in elementary school. I'd look at the pupil. I'd give them that look like.
I was fucking ready. I was ready to roll. I was ready to go. I was so excited. Like, please fucking
Some people can be put on the spot and it does not faze them.
Yeah, no, my voice would do this like thing.
I have that. You shake. Like your voice gets
and you're like and then you're like
have that. That happened when I had to give a fucking speech for graduation.
And then tears just start coming down. And you're like, you're not crying, but like,
no.
Like it just started pouring out. I'm like, what is
panic response? Like your whole body shuts down and you're like, I don't know what's happening. Like I might start leaking from other places. I don't even know.
But I used to like read at church. Like the readings on the podium. And
that was even harder because the words.
The fucking Corinthians. Like, don't trip on me. I was prepared for
I feel like
church.
It wasn't as long. You know, you just have like this little blurb.
No, but they had hard ass words.
But you could really prepare yourself for that because you knew that it was coming a week before you had to do it. It wasn't like it was class time and they're like, hey, popcorn, and you don't know. And you're over there like, hey, am I number 7 or number 8? Fuck, where are they starting? Ooh, goddamn, when is my turn?
I would follow. I would swear I would follow. And then when it came to me,
we didn't do in order. It was like if I was reading, I got to call out a name of anybody in the class to go.
Yeah, next. that was popcorn. Like
anybody else. So you weren't in rows.
No, they
it was popcorn. It was just
so they either picked you to be a jerk, and that's why I looked at them. I was like, no,
right?
I knew the kid that wasn't paying attention, so I'd be like,
but I would pay attention.
Steven.
Okay.
I was like,
Rebecca
it's okay.
said we can read her story for her. Hers is a good story of resilience. That's for dang sure. And Tina is happy to do either. So, bitch, that's up to you and how you're feeling. But, you know, we will send you the little link and you can hop in if you like and read. In the meantime, Anna, do you want to read Rebecca's story?
I can read Rebecca's
link. I already read it and I'll cry trying to read it, so I'm not going to.
Okay, I'll read it.
Yeah, I literally won't get through it because I'm an emotional.
Okay, here's Rebecca's story. Here's my story. I'm not going to read it in a voice. Don't worry.
Unless you
halfway through my pregnancy with my second child, my husband was sent on his first deployment. What made this extra tough was that we already had a toddler and I was on the opposite side of the country from any of my family. Around 28 weeks, I felt what I thought might be Braxton Hicks, but when it kept going for several hours, I decided to get some advice. I spoke to the nurse on the phone. He said I should just come in and get it checked out. I left my toddler with a friend and headed to the hospital to be told I was in fact having some mild contractions. They determined I was dehydrated and had me stay overnight for monitoring. After chugging a bunch of water and resting, they said the contractions had stopped and I could go home. I was asked about bed rest, but I said I'd probably get more rest with my feet up at work than if I were home chasing a toddler. So they let me keep on working. All remained well after that, and I was careful to take it easy and drink enough water. One evening at about 39 weeks, something felt different. I can't tell you what it was. I decided I'd sleep downstairs on the couch, and my toddler was there with me. At first, she curled up around my belly, but after she fell asleep, I moved her to the other side of the couch. Sometime in the wee hours, I vaguely registered that I was having contractions, real ones, though not strong enough to keep me awake. Then at about 5 a.m., they started to get stronger. And at the top of a particularly strong contraction, I felt my water break. I called my doula, who met me at the house and helped me labor for a bit longer at home before heading to the hospital. For what seemed like an eternity, I labored in the hospital. I was able to speak to my husband on the phone, but that was before FaceTime, so our conversation was limited. 2 or 3 other laboring mothers came in after me, and each time I'd hear a newborn cry, I'd start to feel a bit more defeated. My doula did her best to encourage me, but she was also in her first trimester and fighting some pretty wicked morning sickness herself. Finally, the nurse shift changed, and my new labor and delivery nurse came in. She did some sort of magic, and lo and behold, my labor started to progress, and quickly. The next thing I knew, it was time to push, and within 13 minutes, I was handed a beautiful, healthy baby girl. I called my husband as soon as I could get my hands on the phone, and he got to hear her cry. I'd done it. I'd given birth on my own, but my heart hurt for my husband, who was on the other side of the world, not able to see or hold his new baby. And my heart ached to get back home to my other child. I felt incredibly guilty. Surely she must feel like both her parents had abandoned her now. In retrospect, I'm quite sure that she was having the time of her life, having a 3-day sleepover with one of her buddies. As tough as labor and delivery had been, I think the time in the hospital afterwards was the hardest. With no partner to be there, I felt incredibly alone. My friends who were taking care of my other child brought her to see me, but only for a short visit. I practically begged them to let me go home a day early. 4 weeks later, I waited anxiously in a large room with dozens of other families as my husband returned from his deployment. After a tearful reunion with his first child, he finally got to meet his new daughter, and our family was complete.
Yeah, see, I wasn't gonna make it through that.
Yeah.
I would have choked up or done.
Why you got to
Yeah.
be a downer, Rebecca? Damn. No, that
That's
was.
a good one.
I know.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That is such
I
an
couldn't
incredible-
imagine going through it alone. That's tough.
No, like I've always said, I've always commended people for doing that. That's why I asked you, and I was like, I can't.
Well, I mean, it's one thing not to have your husband there, but then you couldn't have your mom there or a sister there or you know what I mean? Like that's,
Yeah.
and even though obviously like you're sane enough to know the situation, like still like that's got to be just tough, like just very lonely and
Yeah.
that's hard. And as hard as it was for you, like I would love to hear the side of it, like from your husband's
Yeah.
mind, or even your mom's feeling of it, knowing that her daughter's having a baby and she's by herself. Like that would be incredible to see all 3 stories side to side, and you see the different points of view.
I would, yeah.
You know,
That is a cool idea to be able to get to see like all sides.
And your daughter's point of view. I'm having fun.
right? That would be kind of cool though, like to have a book where you had like a story.
One story, but from all perspectives.
Yeah.
All point of views.
Yeah.
Like of one moment.
Well, that was
one moment.
Yeah. Well, wasn't that the one your first pick for us? The with all the cooking, they had some of those.
Yeah, that is true. Three Many Cooks was
Yeah.
definitely like that because
They
it
had
was
moments where
That's
kind of per story, and you would kind of get like 1, 2, or 3 of their perspectives on the same situation and like what their favorite dish was at the end. But
Mhm.
that's true. That was a really sweet story that way to see like the 3 different perspectives from
Mhm.
like a mom and her 2 daughters about their life together
yeah.
and how food was important. But what an incredible moment in your life
Yeah.
for you. Because I think that, personally, obviously, I already know that any woman who's, having a baby in any way that they come is an incredible feat anyway. For me, it's against all odds no matter what, because that just seems like a completely foreign thing for my own body. But to have to go through it the way that so
Yeah.
many of you have, whether it was predicted or planned or not, like there's just so many things that you cannot predict, and it's always scary. And then to not have your partner with you and to feel that incredibly alone is just, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. But you did it. And you have 2 beauties. Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
amazing.
Yeah, incredible daughters. Oh my goodness. What a great story. And I really do appreciate you sharing that with
Yeah,
us.
thank you.
Yes.
Some of these stories, I think, for others are going to be difficult. And I know that there are going to be some stories where you're like, maybe I shouldn't share that because what if it might hurt someone else's feelings? Desiree was concerned with that. She's like, what if I tell a story and it hurts your feelings? And I was like, you're my sister. You're allowed to have a moment in your life that I wasn't happy about or that, makes me look bad because I was an asshole at that point. Like, I'm allowed to feel bad about my part in your story too.
But again, I
Well,
would
then
love
I'm
to hear
feeling
your
it. So,
POV on it. I would love to hear your point of view on that moment versus, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that would just be a really cool book to have.
I
Family
did
moment.
talk to her. Yeah, I did
To
have
have
an
a book,
issue
a
with.
family moment.
Yeah, I did have an issue with this week's prompt because I don't have a story of my
Well,
own.
maybe you don't
Who
think
came
you
up with the
have.
prompt?
I found some
Oh, okay.
previous moth prompts,
Okay.
kind of pieced them together, and then I went and grabbed a few just kind of off the internet and edited them a little bit. But
Yeah,
so
reading
I don't really
this
have one for this
prompt.
week. There's 3 more coming up, and I might have 1 or
Well,
2 in the
yeah, reading this
future.
prompt, I felt a little like, am I that lame? Do I have something that would? Do I not?
I
have to
feel like
think
so
about
many
it.
things have happened to me in my life that I should have stories, but nothing like jumps to front of mind.
Or maybe you
But
don't realize. I think
reading
sometimes we
the
don't
stories
realize
will
how
inspire
big it is
Until
in
you have to
hindsight. Like
you.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I think Desiree mentioned one thing to her today. She's like, what the hell would you talk about? I was like, you. I don't have anything. I have no story of resilience yet, but I have a whole life ahead of me. So
But you probably do. Again, like,
maybe,
you
but
just you've lived it, and you think it's like a whatever thing, but
To
in
me,
hindsight, it's probably not.
your story of resilience would be what you went through with fostering and
Yeah.
having Leo come into your life.
Hmm.
And because of Leo coming into your life, you got the daughter that you wanted, which I told you was going to happen because I
Yeah.
told you to put it in God's hands and everything happens for a reason. And because of Leo, you got your daughter, which is Bella.
Yeah.
That to me is your like
I
story.
don't know if that's like a resilience story or something else. Because we have a few, like I said, we have a few other prompts coming up. And so it might actually like tie into something else. So I don't know. We'll see if I have any stories to share. But I know several of you obviously do. Struggled a little deciding what to write
that
because
was a
for
good
me, it wasn't insurmountable.
I think it
You're in
was.
the situation, you just do what you have to because you have to do it. It feels less daunting when you don't have a choice. It just feels like life.
But
Yeah.
that's
For
what
some
it is,
people-
though, in
For some
general.
people, they couldn't get through it the way you did,
Bingo.
you know? And
Yeah.
hearing it and reading about it, like it just makes you appreciate, the fact that of that moment when you did have your husband there or when we did have our partners there during our, it's one of those things that it makes you grateful. Like, man, thank God I didn't have to do that alone. So no, it does.
I mean, you're badass as fuck, but thank goodness we didn't have to do it alone. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So Teen A is going to hop in with us. little beauty, and she's going to tell us her fucking story, which is a good one. Hi,
So
babe.
I think what y'all are talking about, this is one of my like smaller moments of resilience. I mean, I feel like I've had a lot of larger ones in life, but maybe they were just not appropriate to share in this forum, you know?
This is a pretty significant time in everyone's life that you wrote about.
Yeah.
And the choice that you made is not a small one.
I looking back, no, it
Yeah.
was not, you know? All right, so I'll go ahead and share with you.
Please share.
Sorry,
Yes.
it's up here, so you're going to get this lovely angle.
That's okay.
All right. I was 17, that age where everything seems both possible and completely out of reach. It was the end of my junior year in high school when everyone you make eye contact with asks where you're planning to go to college. I had a solid B average, and despite being drunk during my SATs, managed a decent score, enough to get me into the local university. The problem was that I had no intention of going to college. I was ready to leave, strike out on my own, find my grand adventure. I wanted to be an actress. Should I go to California, New York, both places I had never been and very far from home? How would I pay for it? Most importantly, how would I tell my parents? They divorced when I was 10. They co-parented pretty well, both remarried, and my dad had 2 boys under the age of 3. I think my mom could tell I didn't want to go to college. School was burning me out. I was skipping my easy classes, chorus, photography, dance. I was giving minimal effort in the others. I rolled out of bed every morning, drank a chocolate boost, ran a brush through my teeth and hair, and left the house in my t-shirt and pajama pants. Cards and letters kept coming from different universities, technical colleges, and art schools, and they all ended up in the trash. Ooh, sorry. I lost my spot. During that summer between junior and senior year, I started saving. I got a job at the local deli in an attempt to show my parents I could do things on my own. I knew how they saw me, their wild child, the irresponsible one, the flake, the serial dater, the stoner, lost. I told Mom first. She was skeptical, but would never outright say no. She would say things like, "You're so smart, college would be so good for you," or "You should go to an art school if you want to act. You'd meet so many people and it would be such good training." She wasn't wrong, but the only thing I truly wanted was freedom, and the idea of any school just felt like another box. My dad was the real downer. He made me sit down and work out a budget. We researched the cost of living in LA, New York. I realized I didn't have money enough for either, but Dad had a plan. His best friend was a sound mixer for a new show being filmed only a few hours from where we lived. The show, One Tree Hill. The town, Wilmington, North Carolina. It would work. I could make it financially, barely. I worked the entire next year, graduated, again barely, and again a little drunk. And I set off for the coast. I spent a year living and working in Wilmington. I did get to work on One Tree Hill that first season, appearing in the background of several episodes. I also worked at a newspaper, a deli, a head shop, and an adult novelty store. I found an apartment 10 minutes from the beach and spent every spare moment beside the ocean. I worked a lot. I failed a lot. I found great friends and terrible lovers. I found freedom with all its limitations and possibilities. It contained the multitudes, peace and heartache, anger and elation, independence and loneliness. I did eventually go to college, but I'm so glad I took that time for myself. It taught me more about life, love, and survival than any classroom ever has.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good
There
one.
you go.
It's amazing how much you can learn just from your own life experiences instead of being in a classroom and, as you say, sitting in that like box that you weren't ready for.
No, I wasn't ready then. If I had gone then, I would have failed out. 100%. Because
I
I
can
wouldn't have gone to the classes.
Yeah.
And when I went back, I did well. I did well.
Sometimes you need to kind of let the real world hit you so that you know what it is instead of just being told by your parents what's going to happen. Like, you need to experience it. You need to see it for yourself and know that they're not just blowing shit up your ass because they want you to do what they want you to do.
Yeah.
And then once you see that, you're like, okay, I'm good to hold that off for a little while. Just take my ass back to school. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rebecca's asking you, what is a head shop?
A head shop is where you would find pieces to smoke out of and paraphernalia of various kinds.
If you're looking to not use an apple.
If you're looking to not use
A
an
smoke
apple.
shop.
Yeah.
You were at a smoke shop.
Yeah, you could just go to a fruit stand for my kind of smoke shop. Like a farmer.
Honestly, some of the coolest jobs I've ever had happened in that year.
That's pretty awesome. So you worked a ton. You did a million different things. You got to work on a TV show that was very successful. And you got to do some acting in the background. That's a pretty incredible year in one's life, especially the year post high school.
Yeah.
That is such a significant time that I think shapes so many of us, and what we choose to do with that year really defines like what we're going to like push ourselves to do in the next like 5 to 10 years of our adulthood. So pretty awesome. It's a good story. I really like that you shared that one.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for letting me share.
Yeah, that was really nice. You can stick around if you like. We were just gonna chit chat more. I think it shows a lot of maturity to say this may be the standard path, but isn't right at this moment. I get that. I get that. I did something similar. I did try to go to college right away, but I was like, I just am not ready. I didn't do anything. I just worked, but
Same.
It just didn't feel right at that time, and I never did go back. Although that is a small regret. Vanessa is living the dream right now. Speaking of, hi.
Hey.
She's going back for the rest of us who didn't.
Hey, you're never too old, Tosh.
Never. I know. I just don't have the time right now. So I know that like that would have to be something that if I were to pursue it again in the future, it would have to be a little bit further in the future, especially with me homeschooling. There's no way. So explains why I didn't know what it was. Oh, Rebecca. I bet Dirty Diana knows what a head shop is. Not
It's
that
like
kind
that
of
van we passed in New Orleans, but it's legit.
Yeah, not that kind of head shop. It's like a novelty head shop.
Melanie's not on tonight, huh?
No, she's not. I wanted to ask her about. Whoops, hold on. Sorry, I don't know why my mouse is doing weird things. Anyways, I was going to ask her about reading her story, but I don't want to share it on here without asking her. You guys can go, obviously, read it.
Everybody go on and read it.
Yeah, go on and read it. Hers is a good one. It's a different perspective because hers is from a mother's point of view. And that's a really different one, especially when you have a child who's going through like a pretty serious situation. So it's a really good story. If you haven't read it, please go do. The Roaring Noodle.
Do we know who this is?
I don't know what the Roaring Noodle is or who the Roaring Noodle is. They are viewing us from Twitch tonight. The story is nice. The effect is called generational settling time. Interesting. Didn't even know that. It occurs when new generation kids realize that poor and outdated education system is not broad enough or accommodating enough to fit within their new logical space. In some developed countries, it is now recommended for students to take a year or two as a break before starting higher education to find their place in life. It's a very healthy and much needed time for a youngster to align themselves with the future. Well, look at you.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, I agree with that.
right off the bat. Welcome, Noodle.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. What 17 or 18-year-old, like if you really looked at the percentage of the kids that went straight from high school into college, majored in or graduated doing what they planned to do, and that's what they did with the rest of their life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I love that because I think you do need a year or two to kind of decompress from the whole.
Well, you gain experience. You don't need. You gain experience in life.
Yeah.
Well, there's a fine line, right? So if you find work, like if you end up within the working class somewhere that you want to make a career out of, then great, right? By all means.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that young kids, when they start working too, and they start rolling in those paychecks,
Oh, they get.
this is everything, right? And you want to keep with the money, and because you
Mhm.
think the money is giving you the independence, and now you don't go back to school for certain things. But if you're able to take a break, decompress from the whole like educational system, kind of clear your mind to think about what you truly want to move forward with and do, and then you take those steps to go back and complete that,
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah,
One thing I
think
do like about California is that they do give kids 2 free years of community college out of high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
And I like that because it is a good way to just kind of get them to kind of stick on that path. And because you're not paying for 2 years, you can kind of think about where you want to merge from there. But
Not picking me. Yeah,
I
just
think it's,
For
I guess
some,
it's very hard to
yeah.
know about what you're going to do with the rest of your life. Like, there's no way. I'm 40 years old and I don't even know what the hell I want to do with the rest of my life. Like,
No. I think it's okay to still be constantly trying to figure that out, you know? Like, you don't always have to settle with what you have currently going on. It is
There you go.
okay, even when we're 40, to, you know, still try to find what's next for us and to find what our next adventure is or how we're going to better ourselves in the future or what we can still give to, you know, the people that we know or ourselves or our children or the world.
Yeah.
On average, only 32 to 40% of students end up in the industry that aligns with their studies, and it's mostly in
sounds
social
about right.
places such as doctors or lawyers.
Well, if you're committed and you're going in for a doctor or lawyer, like you're pretty in it, you know.
Mhm.
But other than that, I mean, we'll look at my oldest daughter. She went to school and she was doing classes in psychology, and she is now changing and wants to get into nursing.
Okay.
And I just think that's great. Like, don't feel like you have to be stuck because you
Yeah.
made a decision,
Mhm.
you know. And at the same time, like, I would just hope that they would teach kids, like, don't feel like you're a failure because you didn't go through with what you originally mapped out. Like, your life is constantly changing. Who you are and your interests are constantly changing. And that's okay. I would rather my kid go for it and try it and decide it's not for me than never try at all and then wonder later on in life, I wonder what if.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck it. Go out there and try things. Like,
Yeah, get the
see what
experience of
sticks, see
life.
what doesn't. Yeah.
And you don't know even every like how many 17-year-olds even know all the options out there even, you know? There's
Right.
so many things.
Oh yeah. But, well, I mean, they go into it with such a broad idea,
Yeah.
right? Nursing. Okay. But nursing can be so many different things. You can work in so many different avenues of a hospital or healthcare or, you know, people care, whatever. You know, same thing with like criminal justice. Well, criminal justice, it doesn't have to mean A, B, or C. You can
Right.
be doing like what my sister does. I mean, there's so many ways that you can use these different avenues, and there's so many careers out there that they have no clue about
Exactly.
until they get out there and just kind of research it and try it.
This is a funny comment that you had graduated as a film and film production specialist and then went into logistics and just totally changed course with business there. I think honestly it happens a lot, you know. People just kind of have like one path and then they just take like oh shit, I could do something else from this path, but here I am. Far away from film as possible. Yeah. So what if is the biggest struggle to some? Since you don't know till you try, it's hard to find out.
Yep.
One of the quotes of all time was, what would you do with your time if you knew no matter what at the end you would have never failed? That's it.
Right.
If you could not fail, what would you do with your life? There was no chance you were going to fail at it. What would you do? That's the hardest thing. I still am trying to figure that one out. It's a good quote. Doesn't matter though. I'm over here like,
No. But I think that goes back again to the way you bring up your child and just the way our society is, that if things don't pan out the way you plan it, you're a failure. You failed. No, you didn't fail. You tried something that didn't work out. And if you're lucky, it puts you on a different road, you
Mhm.
know, that forked off, and it's
Yeah.
going to take you now where you need to end up.
Yeah.
But
I'm constantly pointing out people's jobs to my kid.
Mhm.
Like, she watches these videos, and like somebody was like making candy, like at a confectionery. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's somebody's job.
mhm.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they do. And she was like,
You do that.
what? I was like, yes. Like, you have to
Right?
look around and realize that jobs are
Everything.
everywhere. Like, things you
And
can do
whenever, yeah.
are everywhere. And
Right.
we were watching something animated, and I was like, well, that's somebody's job.
Yeah.
Is to animate this, is
Yeah.
to draw these characters and make
Mhm.
and
And make them move. Yeah. With
Yeah.
a story.
move, bring them to life. And so, she was interested in that. You just gotta
Whenever they show any interest, you bring it to, like, there's
Offer
actually a job, or there's
yeah, this is something you can do for the rest of your life if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, and I don't think there's anything wrong with like constantly pursuing something new either. Like some
Oh.
people really never find like a singular thing that they could say like this is my thing.
That's fine.
And it's okay to be good at several things, but to never solely pursue one.
I think that's my biggest struggle. That
Yeah.
is my number one biggest struggle in life. And my mom, God bless her, she's the one that's constantly like, Anna, you're so great at this. You're so good at this. Why don't you do this? Why don't you try this? But it's like, I guess, easier said than done, right? I know as my mom, you see all of my
Talent.
like what opportunities I could have, or you see, the talent and different things, but it's different being me, because again, like Tasha, like I think I'm just more of one of those like jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing. At least that's how I see it in my head. But
Yeah.
I'm coming to an age where I'm okay with that. I like that I can just dabble in this and dabble in that and enjoy those aspects of me without feeling like I have to just be one version of me. Just
Right.
be that one version of Anna. I don't want to be one version of me. You know what I mean? But then it's hard because it's like, okay, well then like your quote, then what would you do with the rest of your life? Like I could think of one thing I would do, but that one thing has to be to where it would allow me to branch out and it would affect other areas as well. Do you see what I'm saying?
Because just because I don't fail at it doesn't mean I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
Forever.
Right.
Agreed. Well, and I think that that's part of it too, is everyone's stuck thinking that they have to continue to do this thing that they used to love but no longer do forever. You have an education. At the end of the day, like that's easy to then shift from. For those who don't have an education and have really just found the different things along the way, it is a little bit harder to continue on to the next thing that's going to be exciting for you, but doesn't mean don't, In the world right now, it's the best to be a generalist, not a specialist, have a decent skill set in all areas, even if it's surface level. Changing an electrical socket is not rocket science. It'll save you $200 in a day. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you. What can you not do? Just go learn it and do it yourself, for goodness sakes.
Yeah.
You can.
Learn a lot on
Use
YouTube.
your own damn garbage disposal. We've done it twice. So
I changed out all the sinks in my house. Changed
you
out
can
the
replace the toilet, go buy it, maybe have them deliver it because that's a pain in the ass because then they'll take away your old one too. But do it yourself. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
We live in a very rapidly developing society. I'm 29. You're a baby. I feel like 61 when I wake up in the morning and 5 when I go to bed at night. Oh my God.
That's a good way to
Crying because you're overtired.
You're like 19 and live in another universe.
Yes.
This generation is not the same.
When I tell you this is what I work with very closely, and it is a very, very different set of people. The work ethic is completely different.
Oh.
The mindset is completely different. They feel everything is owed to them.
Mm-hmm.
It is scary that these people will take care of us and change our diapers when we're old.
They could just watch a YouTube video on it. That's fine. But
no, they'll be busy watching YouTube and let you shit yourself.
You'll just be sitting.
Good God.
Well, then we just pray that we have a wonderful child that will come and wipe our ass, with a nice warm washcloth once in a while.
My second eldest said he would be the one. I was like, "You're gonna clean me?" And he was like, "I figured I'm probably the one." And I was like,
No.
Presley's my girl. That she's gonna be the one. She told her dad he's on his own.
Oh,
So Desi can have him, so good luck to Sean. But Presley, I know will take care of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to rely on them if I reach that age. Hey, the thing about tonight is that we are discussing the things that could happen in life. So you may reach that age and not need that kind of assistance. You may
install a bidet. Install a
that's what I
bidet.
was thinking.
Still have
Yeah.
something that
Hose
happens
me
in
down.
life that could, potentially have you needing that kind of assistance much earlier in life. So I hope you got somebody there who's willing to help you out. Did I get lost?
Oh, you froze, but we still hear you.
Oh, okay.
You have your hand down.
I look like I'm shouting. Am I right? Huh.
I don't know.
My
My last thought on this whole combo.
Never had to have anybody change his diapers, so it can happen.
There you go. Exactly.
My last thought on this whole thing is this. I think my biggest thought of life is like I've always wanted to do something where I felt like I left an imprint
Mm-hmm.
and left something behind worth talking about in a positive way, right? You felt like you helped enough people. You felt like you were here for a purpose and you did that purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But as the older I get, I'm realizing that like it doesn't have to be that grand of an imprint. Like for me, I'm very hard on myself when it comes to work. Like I want to do my job and I want to do it well. And I want to be one of the best at it. And when things don't go as planned or fall into place, like I am very hard on myself. And my boss knows this about me and basically tells me to cut the shit out. But it's just who I am. It's how I am to myself about certain things. And you stop and you think for a minute, well, 15, 20 years from now, what's going to be remembered? These
Certainly
numbers.
not how many emails you sent in a day.
Well, I'm saying, right? Like these numbers that I hit at work or these metrics that I hit this 1 week at work or how I did this 1 year or
that's definitely not
where
going to
I
be
was at for my kids.
at your funeral. That's for sure.
How often I was there at baseball games, what memories I was a part of with my kids, with my family, with my friends. Like those are those things that are leaving that imprint, right? Being there, just being physically there, being present, being a part of it. I'm beginning to kind of just understand for myself that I need to be okay with that. And that's where my priority needs to lie. It's not to say that you still don't want to do well in what you do, no matter what your profession is or, what extras you're in, whatever. But it's, you look at it in a different perspective.
You think no imprint is forever either. So what is it that you want to leave?
Still, but it's like for me, okay, like for example, during the summer, when the kids are home from school, I try to take a week off to just be home with them before they go back. We do back to school shopping, all that. But every single year, whether it's spring break that I'm off with them and summer break when I'm off with them, we will plan a day where we will pack lunches. We'll pack 20 to 30 lunches, sandwiches, snacks, drinks, all kinds of stuff. If I have clothes that Sean wants to give away, we'll take that. The last time we had a big thing of animal crackers that the kids didn't want to eat. And I think they had like 2 out of the damn container. We took that with us and we'll drive around and the kids will help pass out lunches to the homeless that we come across on the street. And it's those moments where you're showing them, look at how these other people are living. Look at the hard times that other people have and how appreciative they are just to get a sacked lunch from you. They're so happy and so thankful to get a container of cookies or a pair of socks or a little baggie that has a sandwich and some snacks in it, because now they know that there's one meal they don't have to worry about where they're going to get that from. And those are the things that I want to continue to kind of do to my kids. And I'm hoping that that's an imprint, right? Yeah. That core memory that they'll have. And that moment that pulls them out of, all the shit that you have, all of the privilege that you have, like, don't take that for granted. because heaven forbid, you never know. It can happen to anybody in any circumstance.
Exactly.
I just want you to know that you took the time out from playing, from hanging out with your friends, from playing video games to sit here and put something together for somebody else. Those are the things,
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I want to say.
Yeah. Serving
Yeah.
with your children. Yeah.
Yep. Like me and my family, we've had a couple of years around Christmas time where we'll adopt a family.
Yeah.
If someone in my family knows of someone close to us that is having a really hard time, or if Claudia has come across a family that, had a really hard time, and we've panned together and, okay, I'll take care of all of the food items and you take care of this person and that person. And we have given this family just an amazing Christmas with just items needed and let them breathe.
Food and gifts, and so that they didn't have to worry about it. Yeah.
Just let them breathe for a minute. And so those are those things that,
you could adopt a whole family. You sure can. Yeah. You can, in your own community, you can always look for someone someone always knows someone in a situation, and you can always do something like that where you get together and you provide, meals. Maybe it's just a holiday meal and, the gifts that they would need. You find out children's ages, sizes, same with the family members, adults, everything, just kind of what's needed for the year, what they would want, something special that's aside from what they need.
Yeah.
Really
we
cool
worked with an agency this year, my job, and we got together, and it was for kids who were rescued from sex trafficking.
Wow.
And we got gifts together and took them down for them, because these kids can't even be reunited with their families for sometimes months, because they have to go through so much. But so we do things like that. But even if you go to your local Boys and Girls Club and you can ask them, do you have families in need? Because they'll work with different agencies to get them Christmas trees and different things. And then you can, or ask for a wish list. There's agencies that do wish lists and stuff.
Yeah, we've done those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Company helps the local food bank to distribute parcels to people who can't get to it but need it. That's cool. That's cool. A lot of people can't actually make it out, so delivery systems are super important too.
Yeah. Meals on Wheels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Growing up, we always did what was called Christian care with my grandma. So every Wednesday during the summers, because obviously we were home, every Wednesday we'd go with her to our church, and we would exactly what I have my kids do. We would make sack lunches. We would put together sandwiches and make snack bags, and the local bakeries would donate pastries, and we would bag them up, and we would pour trays of juice. And I think it was like 11:30, the doors would open, and we would stand there and pass out lunches. And you're passing out lunches to people who are obviously, have been homeless for years, to people that are maybe just having a hard time, and they're bringing young kids with them. And for me to be between the ages of like 10 to I think 16 were the years that I went, and see that, it's never left me. No. And so I think that's why I do what I do with my kids, because I want them to experience that and remember that too. Yeah. And I feel grateful that Nana did that with us. And I don't even think she did it with a purpose. It's just what she did to give back.
It's just
and involved us.
Yeah.
But I can never thank her enough for that,
Yeah.
One of those things.
Yeah. I agree. We did 10 of those things too. I mean, if you kind of grow up in any type of like a church setting, or like go to any kind of like community center, something like that, like they definitely kind of do all of those things throughout the year. And so you can kind of participate in, all kinds of different stuff. Just like even bringing like gift baskets during Easter to, different homes and stuff. Just, we've done a ton of things that way too, growing up. Anyway.
I didn't grow up in any like kind of church setting, but we would go to the mall, and the mall would have a giant Christmas tree with like a family.
Oh, the ornament thing.
Really?
You pick the
A lot
ornament.
of police departments do that.
Yeah. I mean, malls are sort of dying now, but that's what we would do. We would go to the big tree in the mall, and we would pick a family and go around the mall and shop for them and get them.
That is so fun.
Wished for. So that was all.
I like that. That's cute. That's cute. Because I mean, you can just kind of like do that at any point. Like, just, we're gonna go out today. We're gonna go do some shopping. Oh yeah, who for?
Pick
We're gonna go
Sam.
find out. Like
No.
that's just fun. Some people
Mhm.
just like give gifts too, so that makes it even more fun. Just
I've
like-
even had mornings where like I'll go to 7-Eleven and there'll be like a guy just there getting coffee, and I'll be like, you know what, sir, I'm gonna buy it for you today.
Oh, the pay it
Or if
forward
there's an
thing?
old lady in front of me at the 99-cent store and I see that she's got like, okay, this is my weakness, my kryptonite, seeing elderly people at the 99-cent store. Like, you know what I mean? Because you know that a lot of these elderly people are on very tight budgets, and you see them
Yeah.
kind of counting out their money. The shit cracks my heart in half. So I'm that person, like Madison used to be with me all the time, and I'll be like, you know what? I'll tell the cashier.
Or especially if they say, "Oh, put that one back," when they see the price, like, "Oh,
Oh my God. And
When they-
the cashier's
you're
like, the
like-
lady's looking like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get your stuff today. Don't worry. And it's like, what's $10 to me? But that $10 to this person probably means that they can now go get something else that they need, or you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's something so simple, those little things. And you hope that it's a ripple effect,
Yeah.
that butterfly effect that they call
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
right? That you just, you do something nice for one person, you make someone's day. It kind of puts that faith in humanity back in someone, and you hope that it continues on down the line. And I don't know, it's an awesome thing. Like I let a lady in front of me at a McDonald's drive-through one time. Like, you know, we were kind of like this coming into the thing, and I was like, oh, go ahead and go. And she pulled in front of me. And when I got up to the window, they're like, oh, the lady in front paid for your breakfast. And I'm like, what? And I
just
start
letting her go.
tearing up because it's never happened to me before. Like
No?
I'll do
Thank
those
God.
things, but
Yeah.
no one's ever. So I pulled up next to her because she had to like pull off and wait for her stuff. And I was like, thank you. Like, you don't know what it means. She goes, no. She goes, you let me go ahead of you. She goes, I'm trying to get my breakfast so I can get to work on time. Like, I appreciate you. And it was an amazing moment.
yeah."
That's fun.
And I'm like, okay, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Aw, I love these stories. These are good. And, you know, it's good to be like a kind human being, which, you know, Vanessa said, teach your children how to be kind,
Right?
empathetic humans, and, you know, things will obviously.
My kids are assholes, but every now and then, you know, I just teach them to do something nice.
Right,
Yeah, I mean, let's be real.
Right? Let's be real. They're still kids.
I'm not raising saints, but they're good. They're good.
Yeah, I definitely don't have a little.
You're
Jeep
planting the
or
seeds.
Teresa.
That's what's
I'm planting
important.
the seeds. You just got to throw some more fertilizer on this.
Fertilize them. Oh my goodness. Okay, so next week, I'm going to read you guys the quick prompt for next week so you can just kind of start thinking about it. And since Noodle is new and tuning in from Twitch, come next
And
Sunday.
please join us.
Tell us a story
Yeah.
Yes, please continue to join us. We'll be here every Sunday.
every Sunday. Okay, let me tell you guys our next prompt. So this coming week, reflect on a crossroads in your life where a decision led to a significant change. What were the factors influencing your choice, and how did it impact your journey? That's going to be our next one for next week. So get ready. We'll chat about those. We'll read some other stories, continue with our book, and we will see you all next week for some more story time. I like this.
Lovely.
Story time.
And Rory Noodle, just in case if you want to join in and you like to read, this is what we're reading this month.
Mhm.
And it is a collection of short stories.
Yeah.
So you can find us on Facebook as well, and you can see the reading schedule if you just want to pick it up, or if you like to listen to audio, or you have a Kindle, you can kind of read the short stories along with us and join in the discussion for next week,
Yeah.
or just
Or
come
just
to
come and
chit-chat.
hang out.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you do read it, we are going to be halfway through the
You're a
book.
book club.
We'll talk about the first half of the book.
Yeah, it is a book club, but we talk about so many things. So please don't feel
Sure
like
do.
that has to keep you from joining, because we loved having you on.
That's true.
Yeah.
Great
We have
things to
several. We have several regulars who are not part of our book club. We're called the
Yeah.
Novel Bitches. We're everywhere you can find anyone, and we get together every Sunday. We read a book a month, and then we chit chat about each quarter of it when we get together. And
Along
then
with
play
other
games,
random shit.
walk around, and you know,
We're all over the place.
We play games.
we do. We have prizes. You know, we do giveaways. Mainly fuck with each other and just shit talk, but
Yeah, we're all over.
occasionally share a recipe. Whatever we can do.
Yeah.
We think we're homesteaders now, me and Tasha.
We might make butter this week and then talk about it for the next 4. So,
And then we're gonna go steal Dominique's eggs.
Yeah, come get the eggs. Whatever.
can you imagine if she showed up at your house and was like chasing your chickens?
Hey,
I would.
no.
I
I
would.
don't know. They're
Where's
green
No
and
Gertie?
they're green and pink. They like green
Don't
and
wash
pink
until
eggs.
you're ready to eat them.
Yeah.
Leave
Oh,
the
I
scoop
love
over, she said.
Tell me you have one of those things on your counter. I want if I had a chicken. I
The
swear
one
to
that
God-
rolls.
Yes.
No, I don't yet. I just have the
Ooh, the rolling thing.
ceramic.
Have you seen it, Tasha?
Yes.
It's
Oh,
like wire. And
Yeah.
you put them in and I would love one of those.
rolls down. Good to know. Your
I
birthday's
would
coming.
use eggs in like everything just to fucking be able to pull one and watch my shit spin and all the colors. Yeah.
Oh my god, she wants like the blue and the brown and the green.
Hers are pink and what are they? Pink and green?
Oh.
Pink and green eggs.
She
Yes.
turns up and chases my chickens. I'll be like half the
Well, no, I will give you a quick backstory. Her chickens and her dog, I think, are autistic and tried
They
to
are.
kill me once.
Is
So-
that
Only
why
one
Ronnie
chicken
was
is.
the
Only
favorite?
one chicken is.
Well, he got in cahoots with the dog, and we were about to fist fight because I don't back down to no animal. So it was about to be UFC.
What were you gonna do if her cat rolled up?
Oh, if the cat rolled up, they get the boot. The straight boot. You would have had one of those flat-faced cats after that. What do they call them?
Dino shape.
Oh,
Shit.
like my dog.
like the Persian one.
Yeah, yeah.
Taylor Swift
There you
cats,
go.
whatever those are. Those little like
Yeah, the cute ones. I always like the squishy
Cute
ones.
ones. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Like the
that's
little
what
paws?
that's what I'd get you.
Little feet, little
Yeah.
legs. Chicken is dino shaped and done. Hey, what book did you just read? You just finished one.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law's like, "Do you want to take our cat home with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, just put him on the back tire. I'll take him."
Griswold style. Got him.
That's me. With cat.
Listen, I'm gonna make a post in book club and in our group, and I'm gonna exclude Anna, and then I am going to set up an Amazon wish list for her birthday, and all that's gonna have in it is a million different cat plushies or even
Fuck
cat
you.
toys.
Fuck
And
you. That's fine.
Yeah.
That'll all get donated to the local shelter.
Oh,
So
little
buy-
Presley's gonna be like, "For me!"
No bullshit. Buy with caution.
I want to check out this book. This sounds funny.
fucking cat lady stuff. Exactly.
Is this actually a book, or are you saying you're surrounded with idiots?
This is like a true story
way,
right now.
Hey, I'm not talking already. I don't know. We know each other well enough.
The Dino Nuggets are turkey?
My kids eat the shit out of those dino nuggets.
I do. I like the Dino Nuggets. Ostrich lamb. That's right,
Vanessa,
Vanessa.
I do make my own chicken nuggets.
Thank you,
Ostrich lamb came
Vanessa.
up again.
Hey,
Every-
surrounded with idiots sounds
It's
like my
because of
favorite.
Vanessa. Vanessa's
Thank
going to
you,
be the only one that
Vanessa.
does it.
Good. Good. Thank you. Because you reminded us.
Hey, it's been 1 week since we've mentioned ostrich land.
That's a book. That's a book. It's
This
an
is the first time in
amazing
the
book.
new year.
No one has been marked safe from talking about ostrich land in 2024. So
I think my service is breaking up. Can't you tell? I need to go.
hey, look at that. The 4 types of human behavior. If you did your homework, then you can come back on next week and let us know which 4 types.
It's right here.
Go
It's
down.
right here.
We are here.
Here they
All
are.
four.
I do
All
hope
four.
you will come back and join us because we do love the extra, and you seem to have a little extra.
Thank you.
So
No, that was awesome.
yeah.
And this is how we say goodnight. Good night.
We'll see you next
It'll keep
week.
going.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Night, ladies.